Greetings, my friends. It's time to talk about the Bugmen and the Bugwomen, the Bug people. What is a Bugman, you ask? Well, I'm here to tell you what a Bugman is and give you the profile of a Bugman. Yes, Bugman. If you follow me on Twitter and maybe you're mutuals with me, you may see me mentioning Bugman a lot. What is a Bugman? Well, here we go. So yes, this is a stereotype. Not every Bugman is going to hit every point, but most Bugman will represent some concentration of virtually all of the following. They're probably going to hit them pretty hard, including Bug women. Number 1, white. Number 2, overweight. Number 3, childless, even if they're married. Number 4, at least one bad physical consumption habit. Drinking beer, drinking Starbucks, smoking cigarettes, smoking pot. Something that is bad for them physically. 5, at least one purposefully unattractive physical choice, such as colored hair or like a messy, unkempt beard, or maybe like not shaving your armpits if you're a woman. Number 6, lives in a city. Number 7, no real religion, at least not one that they practice. Number 8, carries a large amount of debt, not just student debt, but usually also like car loans and maybe personal credit card debt. Number 9, seemingly large amount of disposable income and budget for entertainment, despite number 8 carrying a large amount of debt. Always seem to have money to go to the movies, to go to Disneyland, go to the conventions, buy the latest game, buy some trinkets, buy some costumes. Number 10, somehow always has a new phone or other gadgets. Despite number 8 carrying a large amount of debt, they still will always have the brand new iPhone. Number 11, long-term planning and investment ability. In other words, they don't have a whole lot of savings. They're not saving up and buying things, hence why they end up in a lot of debt. Number 12, moves between apartments, etc. frequently. So they'll move in with one person, move in with another person, change cities, change jobs, move here, move there. They don't really put down roots anywhere. Number 13, personal obsession with franchise properties. Very often Star Wars or Marvel movies, the big mega corporate properties. Number 14, perpetual deferment to popular or expert opinion. Basically, if everyone thinks that way, that's the correct way to think. If the experts say that you should think a certain way, that's how the Bugman thinks. Number 15, doesn't take personal responsibility for life outcomes. We use all negative outcomes as systemic problems. In other words, the system causes outcomes, and the system has stopped me from being as successful as someone else. It's not my fault. It's not my fault the hot girl doesn't like me. Number 16, environmentalist. All that usually goes around with that, especially with city dwellers. Number 17, ally of the LGBTQPRIXWYZ++ minus movement. Number 18, science. They believe in science. Number 19, uses pornography extensively. Has sex infrequently. Number 20, obsession with state solutions to every personal problem. And I'm going to add number 21, based on some feedback from people, is on some sort of psychiatric medication, antidepressant or anxiety medication. So I think you can get the point. There's such a significant comorbidity of these factors. I probably didn't need to go all the way to 21. You could probably just sum it up with three big ones. Number 1, low personal mastery. Number 2, obsession with the consumption of all things. And number 3, love of the state and the mega corporations. And from these, all the others will flow. The defining characteristic of a Bugman worldview is a belief that he is in no way responsible for his life outcomes. Although he may believe that good outcomes are a product of his unique abilities, usually he will express that it is a product of privilege, and his benefit is some moral negative. This is why he's so obsessed with state solutions to every problem. He has a totalitarian view of the state and also assumes all other people are like him, a victim or privileged beneficiary, if it's in the positive, of things beyond individual control. The state is everything because the state is the system, and the system is what creates all outcomes. This is why he's called the Bugman, because he thinks and acts like a bug. He's a colony creature, part of a large, amorphous workforce of interchangeable drones, frequently shuffled around to different meaningless tasks. He has no clan or tribe, so there's nobody mediating his behavior except the queen. In other words, the state. Bugmen are latecomers to the LGBTQ movement because the Urban Collective has only in the last 20 years, and really sooner than that, imposed that moral vision upon them. It wasn't popular before, so the Bugmen didn't pay attention to it. If you remember, Barack Obama was against gay marriage. Pretty new. He was against masks and quarantine measures when it was conspiracy theorists like me, who suggested them, but adopted their universal goodness as soon as the experts changed their opinion. And all the Bugmen around him started wearing masks, made out of whatever, made out of old panties. Of course, this process doesn't stop. There's no position so absurd that the Bugman will not adopt it, so long as the rest of the hive is doing it. The Bugman is the reason there is no such thing as a slippery slope fallacy. He will happily proclaim love has no age as soon as everyone else around him agrees, just like polyamory, trans rights, kid drag queens, etc., etc. You don't have to go far back to see when those things were not acceptable and popular. What's left to do is what to do with the Bugman. If one is capable of altering culture, the Bugman will go along, eventually, but only if they perceive it. Social media keeps them effectively controlled by allowing them to live in an artificial reality bubble. They profess care for animals, but they've never been to a farm. Eggs are delivered to the local store for them. They talk about the environment, but have never been to the dump. Trashmen take their waste away to be buried. Since the Bugmen are obsessed with the system, eventually they will have to have their reality bubble popped, since the state cannot grow forever. What then? Well, I guess we shall see. And that is how you can identify a Bugman. Farewell, fellow bug people. Back to your pods.